Welcome back, everyone. Thank you so much for listening and tuning into the Cornelia Stephanie Show. I have the dynamic duo with us here now. This is going to be amazing to meet these incredible ladies. Shawna May and Lala Marie is here. Welcome to the show today.
Hi. Thank
How
you
are
for
you,
having us.
ladies? Yes. So you are both out of New York. That's where you are. You have a fabulous podcast that you're doing over there. And you come on and that's why I called you the dynamic duo. I'm giving you that name even though you didn't say to do that. So tell us what you were telling me in the green room, Shauna. Tell us what you were saying about the two of you.
Yeah, so me and Lala, we went to high school together. I come from a radio background. She comes from a entertainment background. She's actually a singer. So I was looking for a co-host and I thought she would be the perfect fit, and we've been doing the show for about 5 years now, maybe longer.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
8 years,
8 years
8 years.
maybe. So yeah.
Wow.
Goes fast.
Wow. So that's how that podcast got started, right? Is the two
Yeah.
of you you felt like you thought that Lala would be a great fit for you to
Yeah,
do
yeah,
the
just
podcast?
from I was looking for someone that's not afraid to be in front of the camera and afraid to be,
On the
on a
mic.
mic. And I mean, she's an entertainer, so she's
Yeah,
a perfect fit.
perfect match. So the two of you are doing the podcast. What is it that you normally talk about? What are the subjects?
We do talk about pretty much a lot of things.
It's like conversation with friends.
Yeah,
I'm a mom, so a lot of mine is about having kids and the craziness that goes on with that. The funny stories with kids. Uh,
what else?
our health issues. We both have health issues.
Yeah. So that's a
Yeah.
big part of it. And, we want to show our audience that just because you have a health issue or a disability, that does not define you.
Hmm.
And, you're more than just your disability or your health issues. And you can live a full life and do whatever you want to do, no matter what doctors tell you and what, the outsiders say. You know, we've both have had doctors say, you'll never be able to do this, you'll never be able to do that. And we proved them wrong,
Yeah.
both of us.
Yeah, I want to say something because when I was looking at your bio, is that you, Shauna, that you were born premature? Is that right?
Yeah, yes.
You were born premature, and did you have like Crohn's disease? Which one of you had that?
I have
Lala.
Crohn's. Yeah,
Oh,
and
you had Crohn's and
she has
so
cerebral palsy, right, mom?
cerebral
Mild CP.
palsy,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, that's
So
from being born so early.
okay, okay. So basically, again, you're saying what you're saying is that to be your own advocate, to stand up for yourself and not be given have somebody else tell you how it's going to be, whether it's a doctor or whoever it is. That's what I hear you
Yeah,
saying. Is that right?
exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. So you've proved them wrong. So tell us about your success story, Shauna.
Well, I mean, ever since I was born, I've been proving doctors wrong. They didn't think I would survive, and here I am today. They didn't think I'd walk, they didn't think I'd talk, they didn't think I'd be able to write, and um, here I am. I can't shut me up. So hence why I have a podcast. But yeah, you're just always proving doctors wrong and proving different people wrong and showing them, yeah, I could do that. I could do this. I could live independently. I may need support and may need to adapt things to my own ability, but I can
You
be
do it.
successful and can do it.
Yes. And what about you, Lala? What about you? Tell us what you've overcome and
Well, yeah. Having Crohn's disease since I was in fourth grade, so I was like 7 or 8. My life was flipped upside down. It was constantly in the hospitals, on my deathbed. I was down to like 60 pounds when I was a teenager, like just withering away. And I was never gonna have kids. I was gonna die. I was, just different. Oh, which I ended up having to lose my colon, my whole large intestine. But just doctors saying this, this, and that. And I made it till 29, and my colon just gave out. It ruptured. So they had to remove that. They said, you'll never have kids. And I went on to have 2 kids. So they're my miracle babies. No IVF, nothing. They were just my miracle babies. So I proved the doctors wrong with that. So that's kind of, mine was more about having kids, you know.
Oh my God, that is insane.
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard a lot of things, but I'm just picturing, a woman being told, you can't have kids, and then you proved to have 2 kids. You had
Yeah.
2 kids, and on top of it, a woman didn't have a colon, and she had 2 kids.
Yeah.
I mean, that's huge.
It was. I never expected it. And
Hmm.
I'm so blessed. I'm so grateful. And, I think it was meant to be that I had my babies.
So what is it that you feel that is it, what is that? I mean, I really want to tap into what that is. Is it the tenacity? Is there something inside of you, Shawna, that was like straight away from the beginning, you've been, proving them wrong, left and right, left and right, left and right. Doesn't mean that you didn't need support, but what is that will? What is that spirit? What is it? What is that?
Yeah, I think I'm stubborn.
She's
Oh,
very
stubborn.
I'm very, very stubborn.
in a good way, for
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like when people tell me no.
Yeah.
Okay. I just, somebody will say like, "Oh, you can't do that," and I'm like, "Watch me. Like, I'll figure it out. I may not be able to do it right now, but I will figure it out."
Okay, so that's what I think that's really good, because right away we can tell people, hey, if you're stubborn, you can use your stubbornness to doom, doom, doom,
Yeah.
do what you
Yeah.
did, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's really cool. And I've thought about this often, like reverse psychology with people. You know how we want people to do well and how we want people to do good and step into their best life and all the things that we want people to do, right? We want people to do that, right? And I've often thought, just tell people they can't do it. Just reverse psychology on them saying, oh, you can't do it, you can't do it, and then see if that will be more of a motivating factor than
Yep.
if we were to tell them, oh, live your best life, and
Yeah,
I agree.
exactly.
yeah,
It works for kids too. Reverse psychology.
right, reverse psychology. Yeah, so I wouldn't like it if somebody told me I couldn't do something, like you can't do it. I too will say, watch me, I'll show you, right?
Yeah.
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 Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what is it that you two want to leave the audience with today, with your message, with your brand, with your, what is it that you want to say?
I think just, don't let people tell you no. Don't let people um, tell you how to run your life and what to do, what not to do. Be your own person, and if you have a disability or health issues, do your research.
Advocate for yourself. It's not the
Yeah,
end of the road. It's have hope, have faith that things can be better. You can make changes in your life just because the doctor says no. It can happen. I manifest a lot in my life, even my children, manifestation and thinking positive thoughts. Positivity is just the key to even a healthier lifestyle. Like, I think your brain is such a power tool. And if people get too far into like, I can't do that, or I'm sick, or this is never going to happen, you're not allowing any chance for it to happen. So
Yeah,
that's,
that's really positive, with, being a creator of your own destiny, being a
yeah,
designer of your own destiny, and being positive, looking at whatever the challenges are, that yeah, they can be overcome, with you have to have the will to want to, right?
yep.
To do.
exactly.
So, what about your social media? Let's tell the audience how they can find you on social media, and tell us where to find your podcast, what the name of it is.
So our podcast is Shawna and LaLa Beyond the Mic, and you could follow us, the podcast, on all social media platforms at Shawna and LaLa. And then you could follow me on Instagram at the real Shauna May.
And you can follow me at Bella _Lala 125.
That's so fun. I love what you're doing. I definitely want to listen to your podcast. And I love your dynamic duo. I love your combination. I
Thank
do
you.
think it is a perfect fit. How old are your children, Lala?
My daughter is like 2.5 right now, and my son is 10.
Wow.
That was a big difference. I had a lot of health issues in between, and then I got my miracle girl, my last baby.
Yeah, you had a miracle boy and a miracle
Yep.
girl. Yeah. Well, I want to thank you so much for coming on the show today with, with your story and with what you're doing out in the world. Keep telling people how to stand up and advocate for themselves and to, do the positive things in their life and not and be stubborn. Use stubborn for,
Stubborn.
yes, I
Yes.
can. Yeah.
Don't tell me
That's
what I can't do.
that is
Yeah.
the key.
Yeah. Now you two need to write a book together, right?
That would be awesome.
That would be
Yeah.
pretty cool.
So I think, now that's coming. So maybe
Never
that'll,
know.
yeah, you never know. Maybe that'll be in the future. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show. We're going to close out for today. Thank you so much for listening and tuning into the Cornelia Stephanie Show. We'll see you again next week. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
You've been listening to the Cornelia Stephanie Show.